Let me know when you're ready.
Ready. Changing this small thing with your driver will help you hit the longest drives, the straightest drives that you have ever hit. Guys, welcome back to Get Good at Golf, and if you want to do just that, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. But today we are talking our favourite club in the bag, or maybe the one that you hate the most, but you want it to be your favourite, and that is the driver. So how many times do we see people on that first tee? It's a driver off that tee. We've probably not hit as many warm-up shots as we should. That is directed at mid-handicap Dave, who I know will be watching. But he gets on that first tee. He's not as loose as he wants to be, and we start to see... Oh, it's that one again, Brian. Straight into those bushes. Why are you laughing, Bobby, at Brian? But straight into those bushes. So we don't want to be hitting those shots. We want to be hitting them longer and straighter. But what went wrong there? So straight away there, setup wasn't fantastic. I'm over there. I'm a little bit anxious. I'm strangling that club a little bit too firm. And then from there, I'm trying to help that golf ball into the air. So straight away, ball position is a long way forwards. And from here, I'm again trying to get that ball in the air. Quickly there, our low point is a long way behind the golf ball. Our low point is here where my sternum is. So unless we start to drag those hands on the way through, we are going to close that club face down and we're going to hit a quick left. How many people behind the screen are saying that? But we can also hit the shot to the right. So from here, we also see people, right, okay, well, I'll just hold that open a little bit. Sometimes it goes left quick, so I'll hold that open. Oh, straight across it. And we've got the opposite ball flight. We've got a high slice just down the right-hand side, but look at that yardage, 159 going 170. So a lot of you will be behind the screen thinking, okay, well, that really is my 5-iron, is my 6-iron, but my driver's going the same distance. I might as well have hit an iron off the tee, and how many times we see people on that first tee get an iron out, or they might not even get your driver out of the bag all the way around because it's not a club you're confident with. So a few points we need to address. The first one for me is ball position. So how many times I see people, you've been told, you've watched a million YouTube videos, you need to hit up on that golf ball. So what do we do? So what do we do even? The tee gets higher. The tee gets really high. The ball position gets incredibly far forwards because, well, if I'm behind the golf ball, I've got to be behind that golf ball. I've got to be leaning back. And from here now, I'm in a good position. Well, I'm a long way behind the golf ball, so how am I going to get back there? Well, we either don't get back to the golf ball like we've seen, or we start to lunge at that golf ball, and that's where we might see those dreaded marks on the top of your driver because we go straight under the golf ball goes incredibly high, and one of your playing partners is bound to shout, catch it. And we're not getting those drives we want. So obviously we want to make sure that you get the ball position right. And for me, I'm going to tell you something different. How many times people tell you to get that ball position forwards? I want you to actually think you're going to get it a little bit further back. So I want you to feel like it's on that left heel. Because if we've got that left foot turned out and we tell you to get it on that big toe of your left foot, look what happens again. It's a long way in front. I'm reaching for that golf ball. And straight away there, that club face is closed and my shoulders are pointing a long way left. I'm aiming a long way down the left-hand side of this screen, or the fairway if I was on that first tee. I've got a lot of manipulation that I've got to do to get into a strong position where I'm here. Doesn't look comfortable, isn't a normal motion that we're going to get to, and more importantly, it is not a consistent motion we can get back to. One day you might hit some fantastic drives, you hit it a long way past your playing partners. We then go out into the Sunday Stableford and you shoot 120 and you think, well, yesterday I shot a nice 85, I struck the ball fantastic off the tee, but today I might as well have not bothered coming out. So we want to get that back, and a good way for you to check your ball position is to take your setup, and I want you to think, okay, right, if I get into my normal setup and I just let that, take my grip and just let that club go, where is that ball position? You can see that struck my leg, that would have come down straight on my left foot, and that is a long way forwards. So we want to shuffle that around. Now if I get this inside my left heel, if I let that club go, you can see, did knock the ball off, but it's dropping just on the inside. So I know there straight away, my hands are in line with that golf ball or just behind it, and that's going to get my ball position nice and consistent. not the longest shot there, 0.2 carry going 0.3. But you can see there we can start to get that consistent, or we always say we've got an elusive alignment stick in here, but yet again it's gone wandering. So I'm going to use a nice expensive golf shaft here again.
It's not that bad.
Is it? Look at James, old eagle eye over there. Tell you what, I still need the eyes tested, but we can get that down here. If you're on the driving range, start to get that down every single shot. Start to get into this consistent setup. We can start to see if we start to leak it forwards again, we're going to stand on that alignment stick and we're going to feel that. We can make sure that we get the left heel on there and get that foot turned out. The reason we turn the foot out is so we can start to help you rotating through the golf ball when we can get your hands into that space that was filled by the hips before. If we don't rotate, we then often see that your hands are going to do a lot of work, and again we're losing strike, we're losing consistency, but more importantly we're losing distance and we're not hitting it past your playing partners. So once we're in this position, we can start to feel like, okay, can I now come in here and make the same kind of swing and get that ball launching a little bit better. You can see a much better strike. Distance is up straight away, 250 yards carry going just under 270, but again, slightly left. So that is where now we've got to think about, is it our timing that is a little bit out with those hands? I've been used to hitting that ball a little bit left, potentially there I'm releasing that club early, and this is where we want you to be able to figure out what kind of shots are being created and why they're being created. So whatever you hit, right, okay, there, it started just left of my target, so I've closed that face down slightly. So let's see if I can come in again, make sure my left heel's correct, make sure I'm angled back. We can see again, a better strike, still left, so still a pattern that I'm going to work on. 265 going 284, so I'm happy with the distance, I'm happy with the spin. I need to work on that direction a little bit more, so we're going to keep coming in here. I'm going to make sure I go through those checkups. Yes, we've got that correct. Okay, grip is good, but we can see because my ball position sometimes sneaks even. So we can see that sometimes my ball position sneaks a little bit forwards. My shoulders there are still open. So I'm going to make sure that I get in here, square those shoulders up now, and get that going a little bit straighter. So you can see we've got checkups that or checkpoints that we need to go through before we hit drives. If we want to hit it straighter and hit it longer, these are things that you need to be doing on the driving range, because we want to see you lower your scores this year and get good at golf. But one more now, come in, get that heel and ball position correct, get those shoulders square. And a better launch there, a little bit high on the spin, but we're now finding those fairways. So straight down there, 260 carry, going 275. Guys, get those checkpoints correct. It'll help you get good at golf, lower your scores, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep getting good at golf in 2025.